Today, I added every team's best player from history onto their current team. So Moses Malone, for example, is on the 76ers, and Kareem is on the Bucks with Giannis, and every other team basically has their best player of all time. So we're just going to see how this affects the league, and obviously the league is just more stacked than it's ever been here. So we're just going to see what teams do well and what team can ultimately win the championship. Before we get too deep into the video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 200 subscribers, so it'd be really nice if you'd click the button, so thanks. With a lot of crazy players in the league, it's Jokic coming out on top, winning MVP, averaging 29, 12, and 13. What a season. Alex Sarr wins Rookie of the Year. Michael Jordan wins DPOY, averaging 26, 5, and 7, almost 3 steals and a block a game. The Clippers won quite a few games at 66. As for All-NBA First Team, 2 LeBrons made it. There's actually 3 LeBrons in the league right now. There's Miami LeBron, Cleveland LeBron, and Lakers LeBron. Lakers LeBron actually made it onto All-NBA First Team. We also got Shea here, Oscar Robertson, and Jokic. All-NBA Second Team has Magic Johnson, David Thompson, LeBron James, again, Kevin Garnett, and Wilt Chamberlain. And surprisingly, Michael Jordan didn't make an All-NBA team, but we have Tracy McGrady, John Moran, Elvin Hayes, Larry Bird, and Victor Wembanyama on third team. All-Defensive First Team features Michael Jordan, John Stockton, LeBron, Amen Thompson, and Victor Wembanyama. And then we got Shea, Chris Paul, Paul George, LeBron, and Wilt Chamberlain on All-Defensive Second Team. And then we got just fairly normal rookies on Rookie Team. Alright, heading to the league standings, the Knicks did really well in the East, won 56 games. In the West, though, we have the Clippers winning 66 games, which is surprising. They had Bob McAdoo and Kawhi. That's a decent duo there. The Timberwolves also did well. Dallas did well. The Spurs did well. Sacramento actually did pretty well as well with Oscar Robertson. And then we got Jokic and David Thompson here. So overall, a lot of competition in the Western Conference. So we'll see who makes it out of the play-in. Okay, so the Golden State Warriors made it into the play-in, so did OKC. Chicago and Toronto also made it in through the play-in. So let's simulate the first bit of the first round. Alright, off the bat in the second round, Dallas is up 3-1, Clippers are up 3-1, San Antonio's up 3-1. Minnesota swept OKC, so Kevin Garnett and Anthony Edwards are doing well here. And in the East, a lot of close series, but let's simulate a little more. New York escapes in 5, Boston escapes in 6. We got a Game 7 between Atlanta and Chicago here. Michael Jordan might get eliminated this early. And we got another Game 7 between Dallas and Denver. We got another Game 7 between the Clippers and the Warriors, so a lot of Game 7s here. The Warriors might get an upset with Wilt Chamberlain and Steph. Alright, let's jump in for Game 7 of Nuggets-Clippers. Nuggets-Mavericks. So we've got Dirk Nowitzki, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, a lot of good players on the Mavs. But ultimately, they'll lose to Jokic and David Thompson. Can Michael Jordan escape in the first round? I'm surprised he might get eliminated here in the first round, but he put up decent numbers. But he did make an All-NBA team, so 2K didn't really like him in this modern era. The Bulls put up a fight, but ultimately they lost. They made a mini comeback at the end, but they still lost by 4. Warriors-Clippers, Game 7. We got Kawhi and Bob McAdoo facing Wilt Chamberlain and Steph Curry. A decent matchup here. See if we get to jump in. And the Clippers will dominate pretty much. And the Clippers have made it to the second round. They actually won 66 games. I forgot about that, but they did really well. And they'll be facing San Antonio, featuring Victor Wembanyama and Tim Duncan. What a front court. Simulate the first bit of the second round here. Alright, a lot of dominations here. So New York's up 3-0 on the Pacers. The Clippers are up 3-0 on San Antonio, and then the Minnesota Timberwolves are up 3-0 on the Denver Nuggets. Although this series is close between Boston with Larry Bird and Tatum and Atlanta with Dominique Wilkins. Alright, the Clippers sweep San Antonio to make it to the conference finals. So do the Minnesota Timberwolves. So the Western Conference Finals are set. Let's see if New York can close the sweep out here. Indiana will force another game, but they will lose in 5. The New York Knicks are in the conference finals. Boston versus Atlanta. Dominique Wilkins versus Larry Bird here. I would be surprised if the Celtics lose this because their team is probably better on paper. The Boston Celtics are out of there in 6. So it's going to be New York versus Atlanta and Clippers versus Minnesota here. So not exactly what I expected, but let's simulate the conference finals. Alright, Clippers are up 2-0 early. The Knicks, however, are up 2-1, so they're still winning. But let's see the next little bit here. It has been surprising domination from the Clippers here with Kawhi and Bob McAdoo. That's a good duo, but there's a lot of good duos here. 3-point game, 58 seconds to go. Let's jump in. Alright, the Clippers have it. Kawhi driving to the paint. Tough layup is off. Rebound by the Wolves. Julius Randle taking it up. Julius Randle's going to drive to the paint, take a tough layup, draw the foul. Clutch free throws here for Randle. First one is off. That's a bad miss from Julius Randle. He will hit the second, though. I don't see Kevin Garnett in the game, so he must be fouled out. And Bogdanović hits the three. I think Kevin Garnett's fouled out. Kevin Garnett actually isn't fouled out, so he should be in now. I don't know why either team doesn't have their good players in. That's so weird. Anthony Edwards will cut it to 3, though. Alright, now they've got their players in. McAdoo's in, and they'll foul James Harden. James Harden will hit them both. Anthony Edwards fires up a tough 3. No good. And that is the ball game. The Clippers are up 3-0 and have pretty much won the series, unless they blow a 3-0 lead. Alright, the Knicks are up 2-1. Let's see if they can make it 3-1 here against the Hawks. The Knicks, I'm pretty sure they have Walt Frazier, so they've got a really good front court plus Jalen Brunson since they have Karl-Anthony Towns, and they'll dominate. They're up 3-1. The Knicks can close things out here in Game 5. The series is over if they win, and they will. The Timberwolves do get a game, so the series is not over. The Timberwolves get a game. If they get 2 games, then things are getting serious. There's 20 seconds left in the game, and the Timberwolves are up 3. Let's see if they can close things out to force Game 6. The Timberwolves have the ball, and they'll foul Anthony Edwards. Alright, Anthony Edwards hit both free throws, and it's a 5-point game. The Clippers will get it into Leonard. Leonard, open look, and he fires it in. 2-point game. Game is not over. First one for DiVincenzo is off. They fouled him, but he missed one, so series is not over. He will hit the second, though. It's a 1-possession game. 3-point game. They need a score. Does Leonard have another clutch 3 in him? He just hit one, and they're down 3. Kawhi Leonard will pump fake. Tough 3 is off. Rebound McAdoo. Out to Powell. Bit of room. Powell, in and out. McAdoo gets the putback. Steal Leonard! Oh! I've never seen that. They got the inbound steal, and now they're up 1. That is insane! Edwards, full court for the win! What was that? You got 2 rebounds, put in the putback, and then Leonard got the inbound steal and got the dunk for the win. I have never seen something like this in 2K, or at least very rarely. What a play by Leonard and McAdoo for those rebounds. And by that play, the Clippers are headed to the finals. And we have a Knicks-Clippers finals here. What a play from the Clippers down the stretch to get the 5-win victory. Finals. We've got Walt Frazier and Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns versus Bob McAdoo and Kawhi Leonard. The Knicks will take Game 1. Frazier had 22, but a lot of good scoring. Mikal Bridges had 34. Towns had 31. Brunson had 23. So a lot of scoring there. And then Bob McAdoo had 28 points. Harden had 21. Leonard had 16. So pretty good game to start, but the Knicks have a pretty big win there. NBA Finals, Game 2. It's pretty back and forth so far. But the Clippers will pull away, and they take Game 2. Series is tied at 1-1 here. Game 3 is very crucial. The Knicks are up 6 in the 4th quarter with a minute and a half. Let's see if they can close things out. Alright, the Clippers have the ball. They get it into Harden. They pass it down to Leonard. Leonard backing down in the paint. Layup is off, though. Frazier is in at the 2 guard. That's kind of weird. Hart gets the layup. And the Knicks lead is 8. That might just be the dagger there. Leonard bringing it up. Leonard step back. Leonard driving. Pump fakes. Puts up the layup. No good. Gets the rebound, though. Pump fakes again and gets the layup to go, keeping them in the ball game. Jalen Brunson bringing it up. Guarded by Harden. Brunson, dribble moves, driving to the paint, draws the foul. First free throw, Brunson, good. Second free throw for Brunson is in there. Leonard bringing it up. Kawhi needs to score, or someone needs to score, to keep them in the game. Zubac screen, pulls up 3, bit of room, offline, but Zubac gets the tip in. They opt to double ball here, but gives him a bit of room. But he takes a tough shot. Rebound, Mitchell Robinson passes out to Bridges, and they foul Bridges. And that'll do it. The Knicks win Game 3, and they're up 2-1 in the series. NBA Finals Game 4. They had the best record in the regular season, so let's see if they can prove themselves here. But no. They're going to lose by a decent amount, and they're down 3-1. The Knicks have pretty much won here. There's 36 seconds left. They're up 8. We do have to take into consideration that the Clippers had that crazy comeback earlier, but I think the Knicks are going to win, especially since they have the ball. Jalen Brunson trying to put the finishing touches on the ball game. He does miss, but unless they get a 3 like literally now, the game's over. Harden pulls up, tough 3, it's off, and that'll do it. Jalen Brunson, Walt Frazier, and Karl Anthony Towns is a real good big 3. And it seems like that big 3 is going to prevail. Jalen Brunson will dribble it out, and that is the game and the series. The New York Knicks, with Jalen Brunson, Walt Frazier, and Karl Anthony Towns, ultimately were able to come out on top against all the teams with the best team from their team's history. See you guys later. Bye.